If you experience retroactive jealousy, take a walk with me. The first thing I want you to do is take a double inhale in through your nose and let it out. I want you to know that you're not a bad person because you're experiencing this. And this can also serve as a reminder that you may need to slow things down and let them unfold a little more naturally. You might find that you're the type of person that tends to race to commitment so that you can have some sort of certainty, which is often filled with feelings of anxiousness and a fear of abandonment. You may also have a tendency to pre-qualify people before you even really know them. And you're often able to pre-qualify them because you met on a dating app or through friends, so you already have some information on them. You've dug through their social media and their LinkedIn and maybe had enough information to run a background check. Before any of you run to the comments to say people aren't doing that, they are 1000% doing that. But this is also where you can start to fall into a fantasy about this person. You've already started building a file folder of them in your head. And while that information can be helpful, this is just who you think this person is. There's so many other data points that you just don't have, and right now you're relying solely off your assumptions. You've already solidified in your mind what you think that their job title means. You've already seen the photos that they have of their ex on social media, and you've provided yourself with meaning and context of all those things. But as you spend more time together, you'll begin to gather new and different information on your person. And this information may or may not cause you to rewrite some of the file that you've already written in your head for who they are. Some of those pre-existing assumptions that you've made are incorrect. You have to understand that that's now your problem to navigate, not theirs. Now, instead of going down the path of thought loops and negative distortions, try writing these things down or taking out your notes app and put down all the questions that you have for your partner. I already know what you're going to say. Easier said than done. That statement is one of the most limiting statements that you can possibly make over yourself. You'll see everything is impossible if it doesn't come easy to you. This is a perfect time and opportunity to truly get curious about your partner and who they are as a whole person. And that whole person is far more complex than the one that you've built out in your head. Get it? A lot of you are going to comment that this is a form of OCD and it's completely out of your control. You just can't help it because you saw them so happy with their ex in that Christmas photo from 2014. And of course, how can you even create a moment that was as beautiful as that? Except what you don't know is that they argued for 30 minutes on the car ride to get there. Life and people are complicated. And it's important to recognize that everybody has a life that is equally as complicated as the one that you're currently living. It's nuanced and filled with hopes, dreams, and desires, and all the broken promises of the past that shifted our life trajectory. With that, many of us have a sense of fondness for the people that have been in our lives in the past. Other relationships may have been filled with anger and disdain. You have to recognize that not all relationships end in fire and brimstone. And I know, maybe in your world they do, but you should delve a little bit deeper into that to figure out why. I think what this is really hitting for so many of you is that you're realizing and discovering and uncovering that you and your partner may have a different sense of values and standards. All of those things may not currently be in alignment. You might be the type of person that's already living the life for your future partner, and you're doing that with godly intentions while they live embedded in the ways of this world. And the biggest problem here is they check a lot of boxes for you, and you think that they're a good fit. And you begin to think, well, I can fix them. Because I'm me, I can change them to be more like me. You never really stop to ask yourself if that's what they want. And in reality, they're content being exactly who they are. None of this means that they haven't already or will in the future step into the role that you want them to play. What you have to remember is that it's not your job to fix or change people, and they will only change when they want to. When things don't meet your expectations or people aren't doing exactly what you want them to do, you find yourself saying things like, well, if they wanted to, they would. Some of you might be sitting there thinking, well, not everything you said is relevant to me. And I get that. So I'll leave you with this. They are with you now. You have to stop looking for reasons not to trust them. The more you continue to dig and look for all the reasons why they might leave, ends up becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy where they leave. So slow down, get curious, lead yourself with good intentions, and self-regulate. And if something truly feels out of alignment, recognize that it's okay to let that go. If you can get there, you'll begin to recognize that you no longer have to outsource your sense of well being to other people.